Oh, you can't see me, eh? How you doing? How you doing?
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm ready to begin. I wanted to see what this does. You know what? I just got to fix this up. I want to see what this does for my own personal, you know what I'm saying? This is for my own personal. Maybe I'll make a little announcement on TikTok. The lamb, the vam, the ram, the yam, the ham, the sham, the The We're only one person here. Now that's not too encouraging, but the question is, am I teaching you? Are you teaching me? Or am I teaching me? I come here not only to share, or actually, that's all I do come over to you here. Yes, I come here to share what I'm learning, what I feel might be pertinent, but I need to be judged. I need to be judged. I need to know, like, I have to hold this in front of me for you to see it, right? Is it above or below? To which side does it go? Is it in between? Is it fair? I don't know. So you can't see that hanging over my shoulders right now is judgment. Because you can't see it, if I turn to the side, do you see it? But when I turn this way, you don't see that I'm living within the realm. What if I put this in my background? What would that look like? I'm just testing this out. What if I put this in my background? Where would it, like, is it real? Is it fake? Now you can almost see something on my head, right? But I believe that everything is distorted in a way that it actually looks perfect. Everything is perfect because you can see it. It's not blurred, but maybe it's the blur that's the truth. And what you see is the eye filling in the blanks, making it all look smooth, where your hand, the molecules in your hand are so big, right, that you pass right over all the bumps. But when you take out the microscope from the macro eye and you take it out and you look down, everything is different. Now that's, to me, this is what I see. This is my mind telling me this truth. You tell me, judge me. You know, I listened to GG33, and you know what? Although the analogy, the analytics are fantastic. You can't deny it because I hear everybody saying the same thing, just about up to, like he says, 65%, with no doubt, right? But there's many levels of the numerology to bring that 65% up a little bit higher and see all of us. There's a balance. I don't really want to get into that part because what I want to show is, for me, this is my life path. Now, you can say it many ways. When you add up my birth year, it equals to this. When you add up my birth month, it equals to this. I'm not going to add up. I'm just going to say 10 because 10 is a word. Now, if it was 16, 17, 18, right, would I say I'm born on the 16th and make my life path with 16? Or would I use it as a 7? Well, I say use it the way it is. When you're saying you're born in 1000, like, we're going to write this down because I want to look over this, right? We're going to look over this. How is everybody? I'm going to tell you what I do in a minute. Let's look at this, right? We're going to look at this date here. 1963, right? I'm born in the 10th month on the 4th day. So I have 7, 7, I have 1977. So then I have 7 and 7 is 14, 15, totals 24. If I total this one up over here, I end up with 19. There, this one, would I total it to a 1 or would I keep it at a 4? Making my life path now 33. If I brought this one down to a 1 and left this as a 4, it would make my life path at 24. If I took this 19, brought it down to a 10, left a 10 here, and put the life path over here, I'd have 24 again. If I kept this one and only reduced these two, right, I'd have a life path 16. Oh, sorry, made that mistake. I'd have a life path 15. When I break them all down to a single digit, I have a life path of 6. A 1-for-1 exchange of the light and spirit. 3. Did I get that right? No, I didn't do that right. But anyways, I just put down the star just like that. So my life path, is it this number? Adding up all of these equals this. But adding up all of this is only a 1. This is the only number that in its first reduction will equal to a 10. No other number does this. Okay, I'm just going to go through the alphabet. When you get to S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, only this letter's first reduction, okay, brings them over to 10. This number's reduction becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is the master of the vibration, living 1 between 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 2, 3, 4 hertz. Isn't that our vibration? This is the bookends of it all. 1 through 5, and then 6, 7, 8 through 9. That when you live in the system, you live at the 1, 9, the 2, 8, the 3, 7, the 4, 6, and you have everything resting on 5. So let's look up the levels of 5. We have 5 and 14 and 23 is the lower level, equals the third, equals, equals to 42. When we add on the next level, in the mirror level,
it equals to 74. So everything is based on this number. And this number, one of the words that comes from this number is this. Now, this can also be seen at the seventh gate, right, as 5, 1, hold on, yeah, 5, 1, 5, 5, 7, 2. 2, XYZ, right? And that would be 6, 16, 25. Earth is also 25. Jack is also 25. J-A-C-K. Very important word, right? Because the J and the Jack, right, in the deck of cards, this is all about games and knowing games, that when I see a J, I know it's a Jack. But I also know when I see a V, I know it's also a Jack. But this one is called valet. This is the French, this is the English, bringing the E and the F together, 11. When we bring A, B, C, D together, that's 10. If you're looking for a window to look out, would you be looking out the 4 parts of the window or the 2 parts of the window? Window 10 or window 11? Window is 88. The divided separation at the 7th gate, 64 and 16, 1 and 7, Q. So I don't want to get too far off the path, and I would love if you say I don't understand or I do understand, because this is your base creation right over here. This is your B creation, okay? This is actually your BC creation. I'm going to explain this to you. Now, first of all, if we use this as on an individual basis, if we use it on an individual basis, okay, do you see this over here? The greatest distance between any cube is the 1 and the 6. It's the only one that will create a 7 because the center dot drills through into the center. No other one does that. If I made a stamp with both these sides, you would see 7, right? The expression in French is said to be 10, 7. And when you're counting, you would think that it's 17, right? But what if it was 10 minus 7 equals to 0, 3? Now, if you're talking about 17, or how about 170 degrees, right? Because we're not sure where the numbers fit. We don't know if we don't see things right and we see number 28, we might be saying, oh my God, number 28. Does that mean it's 2 minutes? Because the decimal points, when you see a point, when you see this point, something that goes around it, when you see 2 of these points, like the 2 cubes you'll have together, your digital time, 2 minutes left in the period, a 2-minute penalty, 2 times 60 seconds. Why 2? We live in the house of bait. It's 2. When you get a foul, you do something wrong in basketball, it's a 1 shot. In basketball, we live in the house, we play for the 2-point and the 3-point play from beyond the arc, because the one single, the only one God that can never be replaced is from beyond the arc. Get it into the coop, into your heart, into the hoop, into the coop, into the hoop behind your heart. Having the rooster sitting upon the church, 110, the value of the rooster, the towers came down. 110 or 11 or 2. 110, 11 or 2. Or how about building number 7, come 11? Here comes that cube. That's right, 47 floors. 4 and 7, 11. The beast. I think the word save, if I remember correctly. Give me a minute. I'm going to have a sip of this. I needed to do something here. Here's another word I want to look up, miracle. Part of this video, I'm going to be working on 36. I'm going to be working on the first 99 numbers, right? And within the first 99 numbers, right, I'm assuming, as for my better understanding over the years that I have been working, is that when you go to the telephone here, right, and you go to the keypad, so this bottom row here just shows you there's another row. It doesn't show you anything because it shows you the skeleton, right, that it repeats over here. 1, 2, 3 will repeat over here. You can also see that the star system starts out underneath 1, 4, and 7. You can also see that that zero, that plateau of zero, that when you get to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90, it possibly means all of, because you can take a diamond shape and run 2, 4, 8, and 6 and create a diamond. This also shows me which is more linear, which means 2 rows are 2 rows, or 2 rows and 2 rows. It can be telling me that also. This pound key shows me everything is divided, right, by the 1111 inside the pound key. This is only the first part. This one over here, that's right, is going to be 11 times 999. That's as high as it goes. The 12th one, we start over again at 108. And then we go over here at 117, right? And that's where the cube in the house of bait. And we have to go over this because your base creation is your alpha beta creation. So you go all the way down and you reconnect to your creation, which is played out into 3. And your 3 and 9, 12 is my understanding for the reason of the 12s. Also of the 36 inches for the yardstick, to where ABC equals to 6, to where ABCD equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1, the number starts over at the beginning again. To also note that what A and I does, the first and the 9th letter, in French, they don't say it really that way. There's actually going to go J and I and put J and I together. Why? The reason for associated letters, K and H, coming together, where in certain parts of the world you don't hear it. There's also words that create different sounds. They create those sounds for different reasons, which I can't explain to you right now because I'm not in the situation. And it's still also things that are in, can you say thesis? Not thesis, in theory, because of, in theory, with explanation, because of this, because the actuality is. We also know that 9 is on every side. We also note that if I'm going to create 10, I'm going to be crisscrossing the star to create my 10. 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. But 3 and 7, 10, how can I recreate 3? 6 and 6, 12, 1 and 2, 3. How do I recreate 7? 8 and 8, 16, 1 and 6, 7. It just so happens the split of the 7th gate is 6 and 8. It's easy to say, right? Because between 6 and 8 is 7. But not only that, would you believe games tell stories? Would you believe there's some kind of truth lying right inside of here? If it became a little bit bigger, maybe. What if it was Rubik's Cube? What if it was all blank on all the sides? What if you went to Mecca and found a black cube, Saturn square? Why it's perfect and what it shows you when it's perfect can be read as 1776, can be read as 888, can be read as 666, can be read as beast, can be understood because what the difference in the numerical numbers that we look at is not just numbers that we look at, but stories that are within that realm of those numbers, in which in order to understand those stories, you have to understand from where, good evening, good greetings. We have to understand from where they came. Why were they created? What is the numeric value of each number? Because each number has a name and each name has a word, and every word, and I'm using English or French or Hebrew or German or Spanish, written in the letters that we can decorticate numerically, giving back the number to us so we can use it again. Because if we can relate it all back to a number, it doesn't matter how it's designed, because every letter is just a shape. Look at the shape you're in. Oh, yeah, I'm split apart. I must be the A letter, right? A, yeah, A. So what does it mean to be cool? So when you're cool, you're number 34, right? COOL, 30, 42, you have 45. But why do I say cool is 34 when the numeric value is 45, 11 away? What does it mean to be 11 away? Well, when you're 10 away, you be going up one level, okay, in the am house, other than going up 2 levels in the bait house. And I'm going to explain it. Aleph, father, 1. Bait, 2. Creation, child, 3. The mirror world of the child of creation, 4. Into the E world, born into the sun, adding on the house of bait, a spirit in the house of bait, 6. Then there's the day 7, which divides the gate from 6, 6 and 8, dividing the gate. The story is right here. I only tell you this because I'm telling you what I have learned, what I have been taught. I have been taught to shut my mouth, not to complain, and the headaches and the depression will all go away. To eliminate medication. I'm using this all in parables and different kinds. And this will set you free. The acceptance of the information that's flowing through you. Don't ask to understand. Learn about the tools. Learn that what you have in front of you is a transparent story and tool to reunite what we thought has been hidden for all our lives. But it's only been hidden because we haven't asked or created the proper question. And it's right here. This is a dice cube, but it is more. It's more. And I'm not sure how to compare that it's more. Is there something you don't know? You don't know how to play the piano, the notes, why the notes, why when you hit a key, why does it vibrate? What makes it vibrate? Where does the sound come from? Can you hear that same sound, or is it muffled out when you do it under the water? Vibrations. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Oh my God. Can you see my hand? How can my hands be in all these places? Is it the camera that's not fast enough? Does it have to do anything with the light? What does it mean to tick-tock? Let me tell you about the bell. See, sometimes I get a little out of hand. I see so many things, you know. The bell goes ding, dong, ding, dong. Now, what's that vibration? And I look at the bell on the outside, right, as the house, the bait. I look at the thing in the center with the ball on it, right, as the father. And when the father hits the house of wall, the bait, right, it makes a sound between them, coming from the ball and coming from the wall. And that vibration is where you live, around that ball. You see the ball, right, is number 5. Around the ball on this side, right, is 2, 3, and 4. And on this side is 2, 3, and 4. 9 and 9 on each side of the ball. Or how about, let's look at it a different way. It becomes 2, 3, 4. And on this side of 5, it's 6, 7, and 8. The ends are 1 and 9. The end walls are 1 and 9. It's the only connecting 10. It's the S letter. Now, what's ironic about this is the reverse of the S letter is the H. The heavens, the 8. The 1 and the 8. Now, you can look at it and say, oh, my God, you know what? Let's change it all around. We're going to put the 1 dinger in the center, the 1. And we're going to call the outside the 9. We can change it up because we can call it the 1, the 5, and the 9 because it's the center and it's not me. It's over here. It's right here in the center. That's the 5 position. And that's also not me. Do I have a calculator? In my pocket. Right? And look at the center, the 5 position. So now we're going to pick this up and look at this. 1 and 9, 10, 2 and 8, 10, 3 and 7, 10, 4 and 6, 10. So we have the 5, 10 store right over here, where the 5 in control of the 10. Equal vibration from the inside to the outside. Even though Pluto's the 9th planet, if I do this, you know what it's telling me? It's telling me there's two sides, because Pluto has to go all around to the other side, and it never touches one, and it isn't one at all. So we have to duplicate this element over here. To note that in the 5 position, the word energy is 74. This is created from 5/14/23, 32. Which way should I be going? Should I go backwards, 55/69, and then add the 5? Should all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 just be put aside because we don't need it for now? Because it's almost like saying, hey, I have 9 cents, I got 10 cents. I don't need it, I need the 10 cents. Because the 10 cents, or sorry, the 10 parts creates 1. The 100 parts creates 10 cents, and the 1,000 parts create $1. Now, when you look at the dollar, you got 1.00. Because of the points in the parts, before you even get to have the 1, you have to have the subparticles. Right. So when you get down to the position of 9 and below, we don't use that because we're going to be using it on the upper level. Well, what about 10? What about the other numbers? Are they all the same? Well, it just gives us a way to count. We really are not supposed to count more than 3. After 3, you become a reflection. After the triangle, you become a reflection. With the triangle, right, you could, let me see if I can do this, or if I can explain it. Let's say 3 sides to a triangle. Why do you need 3? Because if we only had this end and this end over here, okay, you're going to go around this way. You're going to be oval. If I put it out this way and here, now you're going to be round. If I create the hexagon, you're going to be more round on one side, and you're going to end up to look like oval. When you have 3, you're going to have 3 different circles and then 1 on the bottom. 3 gives you 4 circles. Creates a mirror. Sorry, did I say yes? The 4th one creates a mirror. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 6. Plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3 equals to 6. Plus 4 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You need the thumb. So we were going to have to work on the word thumb. Couldn't find my pen. And you do know thumb starts with TH. Teach. UMB. Now we're teaching, or what are we teaching? Because with H goes the D. The 1/3 of H is D. So are we teaching dumb? 28 and 21 is 49, 59, 62. Thumb is 64. That 64 always bothered me. It's 20% away from 5. 20% of 5 is 1. Minus and plus it. Give me a second, taking a 30-second break over here. I just want to warm up the water in here. I'm losing my trend of thought. I was working on a little bit before the word miracle. I was working on 10 and 7, 17. And there's more than one way to arrive at the 17. Whether you arrive there with a 10 and a 7 or a 1 and a 7, I accept them both until we can find different. At the same time, I'm going to be writing out in silence numbers, okay, all the way up to 100, so we can discuss all the numbers.
give me a second. I'm plugging this in over here. Plug it in. Just give me a second. Very exciting when you can sweep a little bit. Right? I like to sweep. I like to keep things clean. Right? Just bugs me when things get too messy and out of hand. I know it's in between a video, right? But really bugs me. I'm serious. I just can't stand the dirt. I can't stand when it's not clean, you know. I already don't seem like I'm clean, you know, because I don't clean at the, you know, if imagine you clean like periodically, right? You have to, you know, things accumulate, you know, dust accumulates. And just like in the house, right? Just like in the house, you know, the dust accumulates. My water's ready. Okay, just 1 second. Let me put this here. How is everybody? I just have to lower this music a little bit. So I'm not really sure where I am in this next piece that I will be working on. Yes, this is what I got this morning. This is what I received. My English is not so good. I don't know the proper vocabulary, which way to speak properly. And if I knew which was a better way and the reason why, and I'm going to explain to you why it's important sometimes to know, because once you know perfect, right, you can go outside that and understand how things were built. Why should I say something with an ing and an s or an es? Why should I say, I helped you? I'm helping you. I will help you. Do you need help? It hasn't happened yet. I'm asking for in the present for the future. When I said I helped you, it's in the past. Do I disturb you? Is it disturbing? Have you been disturbed? Are you deranged? So before you were in the range of the understanding and you're controlling your personal chaos. Is the heart in chaos? The heart beats for what the body needs. You drive on the highway. There's a reason for everything that's been done. It's been methodically thought out. And in the greatness of our Lord's Creator, left it transparent to us. All we had to say is make my noodle in my head that I should know number 92, and I should know, just give me a second for the word. Fish. Fish. Fish.
Try and keep up with me. I wish I wasn't alone and others were writing it down so we can come back and pile it back into my head again. But when you're on the zone, on the line, you don't want to have to think. I might make mistakes, come back. But when I try to start to explain myself, I leave that level, the road that path that I'm on, of the information that I'm receiving from back in my mind. Fish. Number 42. The reverse of the fish to 42 is going to give me 66. How perfect is the word fish when they run in a school? Fish, 33, RD, 22, life. One of the reasons is the first two letters in fish are the 9 and the 6. They run in rotation of 33. 33 comes out to what is 6, sixth. It begins, okay, as A and B, what is S and T first, to what is N and D second, equaling to a total of 39 and 18, 57, or 48. 48 being the word for sun, S-O-N. I've seen it branching out so far. The S is like a 5, which cuts through the heart. The eyes that show up on the S because of the bubble effect. I was taught in my earlier days, we bubble things to understand them. And the bubbling does this. And every time you do these bubbles, right? These bubbles are only the, here is a bubble, and then here is a bubble. And then you saw the under bubble, and this under bubble, and the over bubble, and the under bubble, and the over bubble. And when you bubble out this word of 5, we now show up with this. So now I needed to bubble out here. You see, I bubbled out there. I need to bubble out here. So in bubbling all this, and remember, we're going to overlap, so you can never do it all. Just like the basic star, multiplication and addition, we can't get any more than the 8 areas that we have. So what we do is we use 3 over here, and then we use these 3. And then what we do is we use these 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and use those 3. So we get 4 times, right, plus 1 in the E world that we live. And when we do the 8, we automatically get the 9th position, the position, the position. In these stars, this becomes the 7th position. But in the major star, it becomes the 9th position. This is only on a flat surface. The fish is number 42. 42 is the gateway to 86. "44, and I don't talk. I let the talk come out of the truth from the most intelligent people on this planet that have diplomas in all the universities and have yet to go deep dive down where they have to be in order to find out the information we search, because that's not the question they're asking." And we'll do it again. We'll go with 15. We'll go with 24. We'll go with 33. And on this side, we're going to go with 62. We're going to go with 53. And here we're going to go with 44. 12 and 8 equals to 20. 15 and 8 equals to 23. 16 and 8 equals to 24. This is what would divide the day and the night. Well, sorry, let me not look at it that way. This is where the division starts, okay, between one side of the coin and the other side of the coin because of A, B, C, D. This is 6. This is 3. This is 1. This is 10. This is where J takes over. One of the reasons, J for Jesus, J for John, J for the 10th letter. One of the reasons 70 comes with a J, and then 90 comes with a TJ. And it all because it comes out of the fourth part, the mirror. The mirror of this. The bottom part of this plateau is the fourth area. It will create the connecting tens to this area because it's going to have a reflection. It's going to have all a reflection. In order to do A, B, C, and then D, okay, you need to have your reflection, which is D, C, B, and A. Inside of here is where E goes, right? You can put the I or the E, whatever you want, because there's a total of 10 here. Here's the ninth one, but it's in the fifth position. 191, 393, or we can call it the 5 if you want, right? It doesn't really matter because according to these dice, even if it was a 2, 3, 5, and 6 equals 11, right? It's going to be a 5, 4. 5, 4 equals to what is 9, 20 equals 29. 9 and 2, 11. 11. What if it was 6 and 3? 9, 18 equaling to 27, equaling to 9. Or what if it was 41, the king's home? In our creation to the king's home after the death, in between living in the Zen or the BC world, 2 and 3 is missing between here, right? So now we're going to have the 1, 4, which is going to equal to what is 5, what is 4 equals to 9. Look at that. They all equal to something of their own. In this world, it equal to 9. In this equal, it equals to 11. In the house of bait, I should start up my phone and show you. Let me see. We can use this if you want. Hold on a second. Yeah, no, I can't use that. Okay, we're going to use this over here, right? So where am I going to tag this out of? Yes, see this Y over here? That's number 14. That'll go with 6 and 3, right? That's what's going to create the house of bait. That's your 9. And this one over here is the 23rd. So the X goes with the 23, okay? And so if this goes with the 23, it's also number 5, right? This is number 5 over here. This is number 5 over here. Now, I'm trying to remember why I placed this over here. Oh, yes, because this is where sorry, I want to show you this. I did it because the 23rd and the 14th. So in the 23rd, where the X shows up, it's going to be 11. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. Where this shows up, it's going to be 9. So when your birth shows up, you get this Y, let's call it chromosome. When the X shows up, you get this. If you noticed, okay, on the screen, right, the number 1 here, then over here you'll see 1 and 1 or 11. Then over here you'll see 1. 1 and 1 to each side. 1 goes in the center here as well. The reason it's like this is these colors, these dots here, is 1. Can you see it on the screen? 1, 3, 5. Oh, I'm backwards. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 30, 32, 34, 36. So you can see the Y. It went X, Y, X, Y. So this is going to repeat. Those are 36. And one of the reasons why 36 is 36, that 36 inches becomes a yard, and that why things go to 36 is because the full extension, 1 part, 2 part, 3 parts, right? And then after this, it starts to repeat really right over here because we're coming back after the X. But we always need a 1 and a 2. You always need one between two. And one will always be between or in the center of everything that surrounds it. It'll be the diameter point of the circumference that is around it. Since we live in front of us, right, and not behind us. So when we come to the fourth one here, we add the Y again. X and Y, 24 and 25 equaling to 49. And then there's going to be the mathematical equation. You notice in the center here, creates a cube like the house of Kaaba. It's also the center of 36 numbers. If you notice on the top over here, right, the octagon connecting these black interior numbers, right, 17 and 20 in here, 17, 20, 17, 20. Notice the way the Y opens up, Y and Y. That's where the split is. What is this? This is 13, and over here it's 15. And below, when you come to the, where's the other part of that Y? Whoa, I'm just lost my own eyes. I lost my eyes. Oh, yes, right over here, right. So over here, right, is 22, 24, 4 and 6. Then over here, right, is 13 and 15, 4 and 6, 4 and 6. It's split up. It becomes even. It's just a second tier of numbers. So we can see we don't need more than 36 numbers, right, to recreate this. And then we have to understand duplication. First one, backwards. Next one, forward. Next one will be backwards. Duplication ends, 144, right? When duplication ends, now you have to recreate your first strand. So you create 4 areas, then you need 2 areas. So I'm going to just put this back on me and get rid of this for now. I'm hoping you understood what that was. Digital pool. What am I trying to accomplish? It would help to know what line you are on in your thoughts. So I will ask this question. What do you see? What have you noticed? What am I doing? From there, I can expand from it. Give me a highway that your mind is on. But I will give you the lowdown, the basic lowdown of what I'm doing. At the very beginning, when I started, all I was doing was collecting information, looking at the anomalies, seeing the silly things, okay, and connecting. 1 and 9, 4 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, all the 10s that connect. Now I say to myself, where did they use the 10s? I don't care where they use anything. What am I doing? The word of God is transparent in front of us. And I am explaining how and to find it and possibly what it could mean, because it absolutely does say that truth. Mars equals number 51. I know, I have to just correct this. It keeps coming up. I don't like this. I know that the 51 is also for puck. I know a puck goes on ice. I know that 2, 3, and 4 fits in between 5 and 1. 5 and 1. I know that ABC was something we always talked about. So now I go ABC equals to 6. Well, what's next? D. It equals to 10. But in Pythagorean counting, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So now I know something about the leap year, that everything starts over, right, on the 4th dimension of something. Except numbers and zodiac signs are a little bit different because we have different levels. So I'm learning all of this. Why is number 1 number 1? What does number 1 go with? Why don't we use 1 after a certain period? Why do we only use 10? Or why do we only use 11? And why 7-11 when you pick up these dice and you roll them in the game of craps? Why is the game called craps? Why do we have chakras? What is the truth about chakras? Is there anything else hidden in those words, in chakras? in the lamb and the vam and the ram and the yam and the ham. Why so many words ending with AM? What is AM? What can we say about AM? Why is the rooster on top of the church? Why do we have 52 cards in the deck? And since we don't have that answer, I can tell you what 52 tells me of the four suits, of different names, of different designs, of different characters and supporting eyes for the picture cards. And they call it a picture. Write that down. Picture. Why in baseball they throw a pitch? They don't throw a pitch at all. I don't hear anybody singing. I see the guy on top of a mound. He throws the ball over. He has a pitch. A pitch is an angle, is it not? But it's a throw, but it's not a throw because it's a ball. So they throw the ball. So the verb and the noun and the action of what they do, I have to understand how that works in words in order to help me understand a word, to help me understand a letter, to help me understand and guide me what the value of numbers are, so I can mathematically calculate, okay, everything that has ever been created on this planet. On this page, you have entered into a game zone. This is a live game zone where we're still building the game, just like the good old Lord creator outside this game built a game in which is incomplete because the English language has just arrived for the end time. Imagine they brought the English language. English equals 74. Oh my God. Energy equals 74. Oh my God. The beast is 47. Time is 47. Bull is 47. Walk is 47. I heard that the word save is 47. And I know through 5G, or well, G is the seventh number, right? E is the fifth number. 5 and 7 is the numeric value for the moon. Also, the word HINZ says Heinz equals to 57. 4 letters of 57 equals 108. 108 minus 57 is 51. Oh my God. The puck is 51. Mars is 51. And inside of 5 and 1, as the bookends, is 2, 3, and 4, the vibration. Or how about 4, 3, 2, which is 144, 144,000, 1,440 minutes in a day. Times 3 is 4,320, fitting in between 5 and 1. But I didn't do nothing, finding nothing, looking nowhere. Because what do I know? In the house of memory, B&G27, Bill Gates, if you even want to use it, gigabytes. 7 and 2. The energy house. How do you put the cap onto the moon? Why is it the electric moon? What is moon? Moon is 57. What about if I counted this in gematria, only by the 7th gate, where 9 and 8 only exist inside? Well, if I do it that way, then M1, 0022, and N1. So moon, right? Here's moon. Would you like me to write it a little bit better? It says Abba on it, except the 12 is for the female. So why is it saying Abba? Abba is father, by the way. At the same time, it's going to say 55. Mathematically, when I take the 12 to the left and this to the right, and then work this in the center. So it's now going to say, okay, it's going to say on this side, it's going to say 585. Silver matrix is 585. 22 represents life in the center. Is it 22 or is it 2 and 2? 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4, 8. 4 and 4 is what is space. Area space, which is Earth and space, equals 69, which is rotation of 33. Where do I get all this? Why rotation of 33? It's the balance in the yin and the yang. The multiplication of 3 and 3 will create 6 and 9. The first 2 letters in the word fish. The fish goes in a school, and school you go to teach. So therefore, to spell teach with 2 letters, it is T and H, teach. You find the T and H once you get to fourth. Fourth is the mirror, right? Or receiving the reflection of the Trinity inside the fourth house, which resides so far at area, I'm going to just go off the limb and say 3.5. Reason for that is because of this instrument over here, that the Lord it's so amazing to know that we've been weaved into the web. It's so amazing to know that we are woven into the web. That with every breath we take, the gold that is with us is moving around and still breathing from wherever we are, giving us life, the mind to think. I want more of me. So I'm going to be the God of my own domain and create more of me because I know how to do it. And the Lord created GB, the house of bait, memory, or the alpha house, which means the Lord can create as many of itself that it wants. On the day of rest, it sits down in the memory lane and it listens to and watches everybody works, tweaking. Can't control everybody, but you gave it the free will and the commandments to go out and not to interfere with certain things with reason. Because if you go the same way, the same direction of two cars, they hit. So now instead of having this direction and this direction, it's now separated. And when it's separated, you now can have the up direction and the down direction, and that can be separated. And when you want to get on, you have the roundabout. And now you can either go up or go down and change your direction. That would be the British flag. And that will spell Heinz, going in every single direction in freedom. And the reason for bringing back the roundabouts for me is for that reason, is we need to put back what was taken away. They need to put back what was taken away. In order to open the drawbridge and close the drawbridge, you have to move away and then put back to, in order to go on to the next stage of this creation. In my writings of my book, this is what I see. And this is why a lot of things are being thrown at us. And this is why the Abbott and Costello, the big and the small, are all coming where things look like utterly stupid. The bipolarity, okay, is huge right now because everything, the bipolarity was in so much control, it was deemed as either illegal, not sanitary, scary, etc. They bent our learning, or they twisted it. All our rights and our wrongs are not exacts anymore, right? There are certain things that are right and wrong with reason, but if everybody is taught to learn to understand the whys, then nobody would be doing something and finding it exciting anymore. That actually, oh, I can do this. You know, it's not like jumping off of a, you know, out of a plane and going parachuting, right? You already know what the controlled dangers are. So yes, so we have the moon as Abba. We had the pitch. I was talking about the pitch. Now it could be a musical pitch, right? Now in music, we have the piano, and the piano, the beginning of the piano says A, H, O, V. A, H, A, H, O, V. And what is that? A1, H8, O15, V22. Ahov. It's actually to say in this Ahova. Where does this come from? the piano key A, the piano key A, the piano key A, the piano key A. We start all over at 22. 22 and 1 is 23. Center C is number 24. From the other side of the piano, center C would be number 29. We were talking about 1 and 5. I'm going to show you the 1, 5. I don't know. I'm a little off from where I was 2 minutes ago. Just give me a second. Okay. 1 and 5 is going to give you 6 and 5. 2 and 4 will give you 6 and 8. 3 and 3 will give you 9 and 6. 11, 14, 15. Any one of these combinations, K, N, and O. What do you know? The other side of the board, right, is T, W, and X. Is it to know? But this is what it is. So if you take a look, this side is 888, 24. This side is 666, 18. It's 18 and 22. And this one is 43 and 24. This one's going to give me 9, 4. This one's going to give me 7 and 6. What does this mean? This is what comes off of the dice cube. Now, what I'm putting together right now won't have a great story to it. Right now, it's just showing you what the numbers are doing, what the numbers can do, what the numbers do, according to this. I didn't say do, did I? Okay. Now, each one of these numbers are going to extend. This one can be turned into a 2, 5, 6. This one will be, check. This one will be a 2. This one is a 2. 6 and 2, 5 and 1. 6 and 2, 5 and 1. Story they're telling, 2 and 2. 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 24, 53, 24, 53. 6 and 8, 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5. The 5 and 3, 2 and 3 equals to the 5. The 1 and 5, right, equals to a 6. The 3, 3 is over to the 4, 4. The 4, 4 is equal to a 6. Now, you tell me if these things are not exactly equal perfect, even to the dimension of what we didn't do. Let me show you on another page. Whoa, I don't like that I ripped the page. What happened? I don't like that I ripped this page. I can use a box of these books if anybody wants to send me pens and books. So what we can do is if we went to the 1 and 5, we're going to go to the 8 and 4. We're going to go to the 1 and 5. We're going to go to the 6 and 2. We're going to go to the 3 and the 7. Then we're going to go to the 2 and the 4 and the 7 and the 5. This is where the moon comes in at the gateway. And then this one over here, we're going to get to the 5 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5. 4 and the 6, sorry, 4 and 6. Zion, Israel, the ringing outside the bell at the 7th gate. 7 is at the top. What happens when that bell goes to ring? When that bell goes to ring, okay, it's going to ring right down here. The 7th gate will ring here. It'll ring right down here. On this side, right, is 46. Did I do that right? Is 46. Did I do that right? Also noted to be 66. Instead of it being 4, both sides are going to be the same. Over here is where 5 comes in, where 9 comes in, where the spindle for the 7 comes down and starts rocking the heavens, starts rocking these heavens, connected by 66. And each one of these connections, and I'm going to show you why the 5 comes in with the 9, because here's the 9, and then 3 and 2 is 5. So it comes in between this. This becomes the average outside 9 that I spoke earlier. And it rings between this, where the vibration begins, where the tone begins, and then it settles down as it rings back up into the 7th gate. Where does that vibration go? Inside the bell, the house of Kaaba. All you see is 2 cubes, but this is magic, my friends. The creator is transparent. And one of the reasons I believe the creator was so transparent is because the house was built, okay, and let others enter for oneself. We live in the belly of the creator's house. We live in the web with every breath we take. And the memory and the connection in the through the chakras. I'm going to just finish this and get on to the chakra bit, okay? Where we get 3 and 3 to what is 4 and 4 to what is 5 and 5. Your freedom, right, is here, but I don't believe your freedom is here. I think your entrapment is here and your freedom is here. We'll have to take a look, right? And then over here is 66, right? This is where you get out of that 7th gate. This will equal to 48. Sorry, I don't like that. I'm writing fast. It's messy. Don't like it. Don't like it. This is 36 and 12. This is 9 and 6. This is 35 and 12. This is 6 and 8. This is 32 and 12. This is 6 and 5. I don't like this page. We're going to do it again. Just give me a second. I can't write that fast. I'm trying to go fast to get it done. Everybody's got other things to do than me making 5-hour videos, right? So let me do this again. Let me do this again. In fact, let me show you this. And you take a look at this. You take a look at this, right? Take a look at it. Over here is where number 7 is, right over here. Now, 5, I'm going to see if I have a different one that I can show you. Okay, no, we're going to work with that one, okay? So you see number 1 is right here. Bottom left, can you follow my mouse, right? And then don't look at the one in between. It's 1. 1 connects to 3, connects to 5, connects to 7. Connects to 5, connects to 3, connects to 1. And then the other side is over here. Your 7th gate is over here. You run through numbers 9. Although you run through number 5 is 5G through the 7th gate, it's actually 99. 99 represents the gateway 13 and Jupiter, bringing together Uranus with Saturn, which brings together, right, its heart, which is Earth and Mars, the sister and the brother, or the father and the mother, the father and the son, whichever way you want to look at it, right? 66 are these markings over here. See the way it goes sideways, the 8 sideways? That's what's going to pick up your 5, your 7, your 5, and your 8. Because now with 66 coming together, it's an automatic creation of the 8. When you create this, you can automatically see the I and the H letter, what's coming off on this design. So I don't have to redraw that. So I'm just going to go 1 and 5 equals 5 and 6. 2 and 4 equals 6 and 8. 3 and 3 equals 6 and 9. 6 and 2 equals 12 and 8. 5 and 3 equals 15 and 8. And 4 and 4 equals 16 and 8. Division of night and day. There's a gateway, and it shows you over here. 8 and 6 divides the 7th gate. 1 plus 6, 1 times 6. You create 6 and 7. This is the half-life. And according to the cube, right, it's 2.5 away from the heart. 25 represents the Y Earth. Represents the Y Earth. apparently represents the feminine. I don't know why it represents the cat eye, which is the single moon or the single malt. And they call it Luna. Luna goes ticking, right? Luna makes a tick in the attic or in the Arctic. The loon, which is the annul, to cancel, is the moon canceling out something. And it's a divided moon because annul or anus, right? The L is the 12th letter. It comes into the E world. The E world, okay, comes in with the I. It's AEI. A plays a role both in E and I and comes out at the heart over here. And that heart is number 7. 5, 7, and 9 can be looked at as 979 or 575, depending from which way you're looking at it. The same thing, what's missing here, okay, equals 11, equals 14, equals to 15, equals to 20, equals to 23, equals to 24. This one is 67. And this one is 40. 7 and 6, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Now, when you go to the void, right, this is going to be, I don't know if I should do A, B, C, but I wanted to show you, I wanted to put it together. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go 8 and 4 equals to 12 and 32. Then what we're going to go to is 7 and 5 equals to 35 and 12. This is the 44, and this is where space comes in. Teen space, right? And it comes in at 13. Right? It's teen, I call it teen space. This is Earth. It divides the night and the day, right? Becomes that 16 and 8, 24, 1/3 and 2/3. The 1/3 is for the night, the 2/3 is for the day, where it's divided up, the 1 and 6. We are that 6 life with the 1 spirit. We're also numeric value connected to the soul 67 and the spirit 91. So now we have 7 and 5. This equals to 47. 91, 7th gate through the sun. Then the last one is going to be what is 66 equals to 48 and 12. No, I did that again, eh? Equals to 36 and 12, equaling to 48. Now, when we want to go to this side over here, this one here, right? This one here is going to be with the, let's call it A, B, C. And let's call this A, B, C. Just let me change this one little thing. Let me do this. Let me go here. I'm giving a shout out for myself. Peanuts are always welcome for the elephant. The reason why the elephant wants the peanuts. Why does the elephant want the peanuts? Why does the elephant needs the peanuts? Because the elephant has a microprocessor. The processor or the professor. It goes so fast, right? And he needs the peanuts to keep up the, what do you call it? I forget what it was. Yes, to keep the mind working, right? To keep the mind working. Let me see. Okay, so let me get on to the next area, which is right here, right? I'm not sure. Do you see my mouse on the screen, or is it just me? Like, I move my mouse on the screen. I want to know if anybody else sees my mouse. Just lift your hand, right? Just lift your hand. Okay, so we're going to do this one here. The first one, okay, which is going to be let's call it the D. Let's call this D. Well, this one should be D, and this is E, and then this one should be F. Well, I didn't put it the way I wanted to put it, but doesn't matter. So we're going to go to F first, and we're going to go 3 and 7 equals to 21 and 10 equaling to 31. Okay, should I do it to the minus side? Yeah, I want to do it to the minus side also. 1, 2, 3. And this one will be 20, but I took away the word with this, so I'm not happy that I have to put it down here. That'll be 20. And this one will be 23, and this one will be 24. 1/3 and 2/3 works out with the passage. That's perfect. This one over here represents the cube, your creation at the 7th gate, A and B. Remember the A and B, right? The first equals to 39, and the second, okay, equals to 18. 57, right, is 5G, the moon, Mars. 5G TV 2022, 42 a gateway for the fish. The E is going to equal to 46 equals to 24 and 10 equals to 34 and 14, 31 and 11. And the D is going to be 37. I know I have something wrong here. The D. The D is going to be 5 and 5. Okay, so you don't see the mouse in the center. Okay, thanks. So when I'm pointing to something, I'm not sure if they see it in the... Anyways, okay, so let's just move on. We have D, which is going to be 5 and 5 equals to 25 and 10, right? J, and this one over here is Y. What they have in common is joy, right? And this one will equal to 35 and 15. So this one is going to connect to the quarter houses of Mars, 15 minutes, 15 seconds, right? 1.25 of time. How did we get 1.25 times 12 equals to 15? The basketball 12 minutes now moves into 15 minutes. Did they move the clock quicker? What did they do to the clock to bring it from 100 down to 60, right? It's because it was running 90, right? It was never running 100. Right? It was running B, C, D. 100, A, B, C, D equals 100% or 10, right? To where what we did is A, B, C to run the clock of 60. Although our birth vibration is B, C, D, which shows me I need to run the clock at 90. So when I show the time of this, 91, the reflection spirit, the rotation within the electric moon shows me my 7 by 13 equals to 91. That's my spirit in a deck of cards. There's 13 cards. The average is 7 at the 7th gate. That 7th gate between passing between the lower world and the upper world, 6 and 8, which is shown to you on these cubes, which I'm explaining right over here with the 6 and the 8, right? What this is when you have 6, you must have 3. When you have 2, you have 7. So we're going to do it over here. 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6. 4 and 5. Just give me a second. I want to see if I got that all right. 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6. So that's it. Although you have 6 sides of the cube, this is it. And the reason for that is because you also have these numbers repeat. These numbers are a base creation for the stand. We stand on 57. The reverse or the word that goes with it is Heinz 57. it creates and can create, once you open it up a little bit, open up the word, you have the H letter, a bed. You also have the I letter, a window. You also have the N letter, the crossing of the sun. And this is what you end up with. Great Britain. Great Britain. House of Bait. The gated house. Here's what we get in time. Our time gets reduced. For the life that we are, the 10 that we are in the life into the mirror world, living at the 9 birth, running our life at the 60 seconds. E-I-E-I-O. So what this is now we're going to look over here. What is 1 and 8? You can see 1 and 8. 1 and 5 will produce. 1 and 5 will produce 4 and 8. It produced 1 and 5 reduced 8 and 4. This is where Pluto comes in. Pluto is number 84. How can we divide? Can I divide this up? Well, 48 equals to 3 by 16. 84 equals to 3 by 28. The total plus 28 equals to 44 area space in Pluto. Also note that this number is 1/2 of this number. You can count this for 1/3 and 2/3. And there's a whole progression on how to see this. There's more than just this. What if the number is inexact? That doesn't matter. It's always going to tell a story. You can say 85. Well, can you divide 85? You sure can. 3 times 28, right, equals to 84 plus 1. So I know the alpha figure is going to be missing. If it's 86, it's going to be 3 by 28, okay, equals 84 plus 2. But at the same time, right, you can go like this. For 86, you can go 3 by 29 equals 87 minus 1. So now you minus the alpha spirit, right? Or the minus alpha spirit, which starts on the other side, right? Because the 19, which brings in both worlds, the alpha spirit, inside the heart of the bell, bringing in both worlds. I'm just trying to remember what it is. The 29th day is February when the birth kind comes in. So perhaps the minus is bringing it in because this and this is minus. This is 22, representing the 1/3 divided life, 22. It also says ape and go. So when you go green. When you go green, it's number 49. The marriage and the birth ring, 4 and 9, representing also as well 8. This over here, okay, will return to its same numbers. How do we get to these numbers? Where do we find these numbers? We'll be talking about that a little bit later. But note it's 13. So it's going to be associated with 8 and 5. And then it's also going to be associated with 7 and 6. So now we have this. These two are going to happen in February, right? If you had to work this number 28 in February. So it doesn't matter which one. Here is where the gate divides. So look what you have to do. If I brought this into the mirror, the 86, okay, it would have to be 4 times 21 equals 84 plus 2. But what if I did 4 times 22, right? 4 times 22 will equal to 88, right? Minus 2 in order to equal to 86. See how we get this here? How we get this over here, the minus, the plus 2, and the minus 1. And we're only going to get 1 and 2. Otherwise, we get nothing. And when we get nothing, to understand that the scale of where nothing shows up, when you divide any of these numbers by 3, this is your answer. So when I look at other numbers where they come from, I know the only time 1 shows up is when I'm on this range over here. One will show up in the third world on the first range, but not here. It's only a part. And in the second range, it becomes one part and one part. It becomes the alpha, 4 and 5. Then it becomes the beta, 7 and 8. 4 and 5, 9, 7 and 8, 15, 1 and 5, 6. It's in that rotation to 3, 6, and 9. 3, 6, and 9 are perfect. Now, if you want to work it against 4, right, this will be a quarter. 1, 4, and 7. Let me just take that out. 1 divided by 4 equals 4 divided by 4 equals. So in this one, we're going to end up with a whole one. In this one, 7 divided by 4 equals. So this is what it's going to tell you in the next world. I haven't even achieved the beta world over here. And then when I go work with 2, 5, and 8, this one will be a 0.5. It'll be this one, and then it'll be this one. The dartboard. When you go to the dartboard, this one gives you green. This one gives you red. This one encompasses this one. The 5 will give you 1.25. So now we have this one moved over here. Now we have a whole alpha in the E world. 512 memory, 51 Mars. Then when we go over this one, we end up with 2. So we can see how these two come together to create 1 between 2 inside a creation. Then we end up with 3, 6, and 9. Here we end up with 1.5. Here we end up with 75. So now we're going into the moon, how these two add up to go over here. Did I do this right? 1.5, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. And then 9 divided by 4 equals 225. This is our point of birth. 9 times 25 equals to that, right? So if we're going to look at our birth, right, we're going to be born right over here. And we're going to be born between 216 and 234, or 432 and 432. 2160 is the moon. 225 angle, when you have 360 degrees, we're born into this area here. That is the minus house. Me, sun. 22 and 54. 54, 63, 76. 13, 13, 44 in the minus sun. Give me 1 second. I'm going to fix it this time. I'm quite sure I know how now. Okay, now this is really crazy. For somebody out there, if anybody's there, it keeps saying LSV. Now, I have no idea what LSV is, where it is in my programmation. I looked yesterday. I'm going to look again. Okay, I dislike it. I am very amateur, but, well, what can I say? Now, if anybody has to go make a P or a K, a 1 or a 2, but what's funny about the 1 and the 2 is I find it funny. If 1's supposed to be between 2, right? PP is the 1, but you sit down and both of them are coming between 2. They're coming from the internal, the 1 that comes from the internal. And no matter what, okay, this pen is multiples of feminine and masculine. The outside, the inside, what you could, what writes, what's coming out of this pen, right? What's coming out of the center of this pen. The ink. right? Inc. Incorporated. Going to take a 2-minute break. Never mentioned to anybody on TikTok. Just give me a second. Come see me live. Come see me live. Come see a different way of looking at numerology. You can also see that I'm here live on my YouTube channel. Okay, Mr. TACPANS. If you want to see a little bit about what I do, ask me where it comes from. The bricks on the wall says high IQ for Earth for 88. What the numbers, where the numbers come from. If you want to go to a numerologist and say, hey, I saw these numbers and I know they mean a lot more than what you're just telling me. It's only on the first dimension. Can you show me these numbers on a secondary dimension? Here, okay, on my floor is the roulette board. How to connect to create a square, you need 4 dots. To create a line, you only need 1 dot. To create an X, I made it my business to say you needed 5 dots because it's the automatic creation. The 24th letter. Come see me live, come see me live, come see a different. Live on YouTube now, numerology, where the numbers come from and what they say, what they do and say. And then I'm going to do hashtags. Oh, that's not a good hashtag. You know, Kaaba, Muhammad, astrology, zodiac. We didn't even jump into the zodiac, you know. I did a little bit of it, but I don't have the memory for everything. Let me get the zodiac on here. Numerology, the soul, the spirit and the soul. You know that Pluto's a dog, right? But 2 dogs come together, right? Pluto as Goofy, Goofy and Pluto come together. Okay, just taking a 2-minute break. Okay. Let's see where, okay, this is where we're at. Let me show you in the camera here where we got to. So I was explaining what this is over here is it's all that it's not. Here's a 1 area, you'll have 8. Here's 2 areas, there's 7 left. Here's 3 areas, 6 left. Here's 4 areas, there's 5 left. Here's 5 areas, there's 4 left. Here's 6 areas, there's 3 left. Here's 7 areas, there's 2 left. And just because I'm doing them in order now, you can do 1 with 9, 7, 1 with 8, 7, 1 with 6, 7. And when you get to this 6, right, the 7, 8, and 9 with 1 are on the outside. The 1, 6, and all below is on the inside. If you do 2 and 5, the outside, right, 2 and 5 is 7. So everything 2 and 6, 2 and 7, 2 and 8, 2 and 9 are on the outside. 2 and 1 are in the inside. 2 and 2 are together. If I did 5, right, no, 6, no, 4 and 3, 7, you have, right, that's 7. So everything that's below that, 4 and 3, 4 and 2, 4 and 1 are on one side, or 4 and 5, 4 and 6, 4 and 7, 4 and 8 are on the other side, to where 3 is the reverse of 4. So you're going to have 3 and 2, 3 and 1, the polarity of this one. So when we go inside of here, all of these add up to 9, right? But the 1 and the 8 go together like this. So this is what happens. This is going to correspond to this, and this is what it's going to equal at the end, 44. Now, does the other one, okay, the A is going to connect with, let me see what this one is. That's 1. It's going to connect with this one over here. I don't know why this one should say AE for a connection, and this one will say DB for a connection one, and this one will be CF. You notice CF number 63 because our base creation is 63. Our base creation is 63 right here. Now let me show you. Ask, I'll tell you why, I'll explain it to you. We'll decorticate it. 2 and 3 equals to 5, but it's B and C equaling to 5E. Pretty simple. It's A, B, C, D. It's A, B, C, and it's B, C, D. And what lives in between the after the death, before the Christ, is the here. And this is the 10 code, right? Which is also the angel code. And when does it happen? It happens when there are 39 outs in the ball game. And they say, take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the game. We'll have hot dogs and Cracker Jacks, 7-Up. What is happening? It's not it's the 7th inning, but they call it the 6th bottom of the, it's the bottom, right? You play 6 innings, you get to the bottom of the 7th, you haven't played it, it's 6.5. We are those 6.5 11 angels. We're born under window 11. The final stage of our creation is window 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will give you what alpha beta is under 11. The reverse cube of 11 is 1 and 6. It's 6 and 6 becomes 1 and 6 and 1 and 6 crisscrossing. The 16th letter in the alphabet is P. 16 and 11, 27. We have to understand when and where we use our numbers, where they come from. And now I'm working on a little number grid, right? I work in pieces and parts over time. I bring little stories together. Then I go out hunting again. But when I hunt, right, I'm saying, okay, Lord, this is what I'm going to do today. Okay, you left me a message somewhere. Now the question is, what am I looking for? What am I going to bump into? How do I find what you left me if I didn't know what you left me? Oh, I found it right here. It's a dice cube. I can calculate something like that. It's a calculator. Wow. It's a roll of toilet paper. Look at that. I can see you. Hey, I can go, listen to this. I can go for miles and miles. I can go for miles and miles. I can go for miles and miles. Look at that. But the toilet paper is only as big as this, but I can go for miles. All your life rolled up in a single scroll. If it was Torah, it's like this, and then it's re-rolled. But if it's a scroll, it's like this. It's like this, or it's like this, running through a split life and not knowing where we're going. It seems stupid, it looks stupid, but it's the actual truth. The Lord has left you something in a cup. Take the Spirit, slap me in the butt, make the springs go a little bit, right? Check that out. The cup is 4 years high. I put that in. Every 4 years, we recycle. Look at that. Taurus in a cup. The house of bait on the outside. Take this cup and cut it. When you take that cup and cut it, it's going to look like this. First, I'm going to show you the cup, right? And then I'm going to show you if this cup was on a stand, it would look like this if I cut it out. Otherwise, it'll look like that if I take it out. If you're going to the center of the cup, you're looking for the spirit, the male spirit. But around the cup, right, is the female spirit in the house, the aether in the house. Aether in the house, where the spirit, where the element from the exterior world comes in to that element and occupies space inside the soul of Venus. Gets right in there. So just give me 1 second again. Just want to go warm this up one more time. We're going to go on to the soul, or should I stick with those numbers? You tell me. Mummy. Using the U instead of the O in mother. So I have to think about that. The mouse, or how about this? Everybody, we should thank the Chinese zodiac for putting the mouse, right? Putting the mouse, not an elephant, they put a mouse as the first zodiac sign. So the mouse comes with skin. The mouse comes with this. Why? How come? The elephant or the microprocessor is scared of the mouse because of this. Flesh is number 50. To come with the flesh is also noted to be an arrow. The arrow is also noted to go through the heart as an emoji expression. Leave nothing out. Everything in my game is the transparency from the Creator, that every human being in this world that can see me now, that can look at this item, this mit item is also mit, M-I-T-E. A mit also in this item can be looked at as a mouse, taking you away, because just because you move the cursor and the arrow in English, but in French, it's flesh. The arrow has a split point. You can connect both sides. So right away, the minute you have the split point, you automatically know there's a possibility that you're going to have a corner, of a hexagon or an octagon or a pentagram. I just want to work with the shapes of 3, 4, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or how about the easiest of shapes? I'll take a square, I'll take a triangle, I'll take a rectangle. But where do they come from? What size are they actually? Or they're just the size that it is, 1 inch, 2 inch? Nah, you chose those sides. Let's try and understand 1 inch and 2 inch. Let's understand it. I'm going to just show you one quick thing over here, and it's this. It's the dot or it's the dash. Now, if I had 9 dots, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to have 12 dashes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, I'm going to keep on counting until I run out, okay? So I have 9 dots. I have 4 boxes, right? The marriage and the ring and the birth is right over here, okay? 4 and 9. And so let me count. I have 1, I have 4 and 4, right? No, I have 4 and 3. I have 4 here, and the next one is 3. So I have 4 here and 3 here. And then here, right, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 here, and then this one I only have 2. 4, 3, 3, 2 are vibrations. So 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yes, I have 12 lines. That's the box, right? I can't make it any smaller. If I did make it smaller, I'd make it here. And here I have 4 dots and 4 lines, right? 4 dots, 4 lines, 1 box. That represents me. That's my birthday, 441. Or is it 411? Next one is this one. We take this box and we now have to give it some form, and we create that box. This box becomes this box. This box is over here. On the outside, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 lines, and then we have to connect 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Do we have 20 lines? Right? And we have 16 dots, and we have 9 boxes. 4 times 4, 3 times 3, 3 and 4 comes back to life. Mixing up what is Earth, a 3, 3 cube, to what is Mars, a 2, 2 cube. Ape is in that 22. Ape mass, go mass, the go. This one also represents life inside of it. So this is a difference between this one and this one. It's this one or it's this one, but this one cannot be alone. It has to be moved here. This is your primary base. If it was a primary base, right, this one over here would be 8. And the primary base of this one over here would be 27. But it would be 26 plus 1. 26 cubes when you just do it this way, right? And when you see it on this angle, take a look. When you're seeing it as square, you're seeing it from the front. When you're seeing it on an angle, each one of these looks like a brick. You're seeing it from the front. Here, you're seeing it from the side, a brick. You also note, what does that tell you? What is that telling you? It's showing me rectangular. There's got to be some sort of reason. I know that these are representations, because remember, if you have this, maybe we can separate all this, right? Just like this word, we can separate all of this. So I work with these cells over here. This is my minimum and my maximum. So I know my minimum for this. My maximum, I don't know yet, but it just keeps on growing. But in numbers, I know that it's a 1. I know that it's a 3. I know that it's 5. In my first 3-part dimension, there's 1, 3, and 5. I can also find that over here. I also know they all hold an ace position. I also know the word says ace. I know that your base creation is right over here, and it goes into the E world. I know that this is going to be the orange ball in pool. I know that it's going to say 5-3 and 5-4. Your creation, okay, in the mirror world. And 5-4 is a representation of fox and sun. So when we were working on these numbers before, not this one, let's go back over here. When we were working on these numbers, right, there's a division going on between the sun, the moon, the stars, Mars, and Earth. So now I'm going to take my 1 minute break. And I said, if you got to go make a number 1 or a number 2, if you want to make 3, 4, 5, whatever you want to make, bake a cake, every single word, leave nothing out, because one thing is true is that either 1 times 1, or either this is a 5 and a 1 as you see it, as if you went to a professional game. If you went to a house game, they might change the rules. When you go to the casinos, they can also change the rules, but they're also telling you that this is professional. You want to be a professional gambler. You want to be a professional in sports, right? You want to be a professor. You want to be the best that you can do. You sleepyhead? Oh, I love you. How come I'm saying that to you? How come I can only say it to you? Is it because you need it? Is it because you don't take it the same way? Why can I say that to you, my dear cat? Is it because I go to see the dogs all the time? Is it because I'm not here and I'm seeing the dogs? Oh, another yawn. I'm paying attention to you. So if you need to spit something, you yawn twice. So is that like sending me something? Now you're licking your chops and you're, you know what, every time I pat her or I talk to her, or I just notice it now, she starts licking herself and cleaning herself that she can shed off the old information. So she licks it all and she puts it inside and she gets a hairball, and the hairball moves all around, and it's an information packet that comes from the aether that surrounds here. Because I spoke to her, she's sweeping off my information, and I'm asking her, is there any more? I'm going to give you this information. I like you because I know what you do. I know why you're here. We need you. We need you badly to keep working for us, oh dear spirit of time. Oh, and do the back leg too. She's got her back leg up like that. I wonder if I can show you her. Where's my mirror? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can get her. Like, let me see. Can you see her in the mirror? She's right here. Let me see. Can you see her? Hold on a second. I'm just waiting for the water to boil. There, can you see? She's right here. You see? No, you can't see. I think it's the pillow in the way. Can you see? Yes, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. How you doing? How you doing? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, coming back. Coming back. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, so let's get back and finish these numbers. If you have anything to ask me, don't stop to hesitate. Or is that the way you say it? I just want to do one thing. I need to go to my other channel because right now I'm on StreamYard streaming into YouTube. I think it shows up, right? I'm not sure. Just 1 second. Let me see this over here. I'm going to share this over here. Oh my God. I don't even know what my login is. Can I log in this way? Okay, that was pretty simple. Okay, so I got one now. Let me just take a look what's going on. Okay, so we did this. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, yes, I'm here. Give me a second. Let me do that. Okay, and I did that, and I did that. You know what happens? I get onto whatever site that I'm sharing it on, and I'm just looking for the areas that says publish and whatever, and I don't want to look at it twice. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So where am I? Okay, so let's get down here and show you this base formation, right? So right now what we're working on is the 1 and the 5. So we get 8 and 4. And my first area, 8 times 4, 8 plus 4, okay, will create 3 and 5 into 8. It'll give me a 3, 5, 8. My reverse of 3, 5, 8, okay, will be 2, 4, showing me, okay, this is going to connect with the moon, right? And the reason when I say it connects with the moon, I'm going to explain to you how I do this, right? Is that I'm not sure if I should show it this way or I should show it this way, right? I'm not really sure which way to show it, but what I can show you is that this is the core, okay? This is the diameter. So when I say it connects, it's because the core gets number 1, right? The outside gets number 8. And that'll show me my 1 and 8 equals to the 9. It'll be to the extremity of the inside of the core, the rim. Every single side is 9, so this occupies one area over here. So we have to have 1 and 10 and 16, or we have to have 1 and, 13 and 16, or it's going to be 1 and 4 and 7. This is your base. This 4 will be the heart of everything. This will be the heart of everything. The 7 is, okay, this is going to be the heart of the week, right? Which is this. On each side of this, it looks like this in order to get this, talking about formation. This runs you, right? This one and this one, 7 and 4. This one runs you through the moon. This one gives you full communication. Around this here is a total of 14. 3, 6, 4, 1. Around this here is 4, 2, 5, 3. Around this here is 5, 6, 1, 2. Communication starts with 10, 4. And it starts through the moon, and the connection to the moon is a 1, 3, 1, 3 cycle, or a 3, 1, 3 cycle. The numeric value to the word moon and electric. To cap the numbers off and get to the heart of it, I need to take 7 and 5 and add 3 and 5. And now I've put the center to it. Now, is it 2 areas or 1 area that we work 11? I have to think about how it works. Remember that although this is supposed to be triangular, the reason for that is 3 is your base, right? And then it gets capped off. There's 3 opposite sides in here, so I have to understand it that way, even if I can't explain it. I can explain it through that reality. This is 3 opposite sides. 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it 1 as a whole? Is it 2 as a pole? Is it 1 whole? Okay. Or is it 1 side or face? Is it 2 as a pole, knowing it as 2 faces? Is it 3 telling me there's 3 opposite sides? Or is it 4 for the ring? So you have the ring. You have the ring, the extremity of the pole. The 4 and the pole going up and down. The 4 ring will give you a total of 14, and the pole will give you a 7. The total is 21. If you go like this and you look at this, you end up with 74 and 75. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 will equal to these 2 different equations. 77 is power. 77 is matter. 77 is first. 45 is the fox and the sun. I don't like anything I did here. Let me rip it out. So let me do this for a second. One, 4, 7, or how about 1 and 10 and 19 and 28 and 37, right? And 46 and 55. How about, right? How about 4 and 13 and 22 and 31 and 40 and 49 and 58 and 67, and that's it. Now remember, at the beginning I said maybe we should be counting backwards and not counting the total of our end result, because everything gets funneled back to this. This funnels to this, and this funnels to this. This brings 2 systems together. This number. We have to understand it. So when we use that number, we go 19, then we go 38, then we go 57, then we go 76. In that number, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We end up with 10 and 11 and 12 and 13. Right? This is your 46. This, okay, if when we add this, okay, this is going to equal to 10. This one over here is 23 and 23. It'll equal to 46. 4 and 6, 10. Zion, Israel, the operator, controller of the sun and the moon. So what we do next over here, right? Right? We work into number 7, and number 7 goes through 16 and, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The reason I stop here is the numbers repeat, right? 64 is next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 58, 67 repeats. Now we're going to go 7, 16, 25, 34, and look at that, 43, right? But this one I'm going to continue on, right? Right? And what happens in this one? Now let me separate it. I want to separate this. Okay, I want to separate this. The next number over here is going to be what? See, here we're going to have 34 and 43, right? Let me just take this off. Okay, I'm gonna maybe put this just to show what it does, right? 76. So you have this. And then after that, right, you're going to get your 52.25. That's fine. Then after that, you're going to get your 61 and 16. Okay. But what we didn't do, okay, what we didn't do is what's the next number into this in order to equal to that? 34, 52, 61. What's the next number? It's 70. 61, 70. Then after that, that's right, 79 does not have a reverse. 88 does not have a reverse. 79 has a reverse to 97. So these two numbers over here become completely different and off of the track. When you count 58, 67, 76, okay, this one also has a number that falls off the track. Okay, and the number that falls off the track in this one is 85, okay, and 94. Oh, no, 94 is over here. 85 is over here, so I'm wrong. Hold on. Hold on. See, so it doesn't happen. Here's 73, 82, 91, right? We don't repeat really the 10. So you can see we work down to 10. We work down to the 13. We work down to the 13 here. We work down to the 13 here. We work down to the 13 here. But here, here, and here, and here, we've worked down into the 4. So we have to understand how our numbers funnel. See, over here, it's not the same. This is what our basic standard creation is. These numbers run into the rest of the numbers. Second level and third level. Second level of this here is this. Third level is this. Second level of this is this. Second level, third level, all the levels of this remain in their own. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8 all have families of 10 and 11. I'll explain that to you. 11 times 9 is 99. How many 9s can you get to 99? How many 8s? How many 7s? So they're now going to tell you that you're going to get 99 times 1. You're going to get 48 times 2, right? In order to get to that number, 48 times 2 plus 3, okay, plus 0. Then you're going to get to 33 times 3 plus 0. You see the way 1 and 3 are 0 to 99? And then you're going to go 4 times 24 plus 3, 96. Then you're going to go 5 times 15 plus 4. So understand where the 5 comes from. Then you're going to go to 6 times, whoop, this is wrong, 5 times 19 is 95. Now you have 16 times 6 is 96 plus 3. Then you're going to go to 7. Now don't forget, that's the end of the cube, where the first one and the last one come together, where this one and this one come together, where this one and this one come together, each telling in their own story. And this one is going to be 7 times 14 plus 1. This is the exact cube. This is the exact story of that cube. 7 to the pole, 14 to the ring with 1 hidden on the inside. 99, 3 by 3 cubed. So this is that story. And when you run the story, we're now going to do this to a single digit. It'll be 9 times 1 equals to 9. 8 and 4 is 12, becomes 3 times 2 equals to 6. This will be 6 and 3. 6 times 3 equals to 18. This is 8. This is 6 and 4. 6 times 4 equals to 24. This is 19, becomes 10. 5 times 10 equals to 50 slash 5. This one here and this one here come together. This one here is 7. 6 by 7 equals to 42. 7 by 5 equals to 35. So now it becomes 9, 6, 9, 6, 5, 6, 8. Now, if I did the next one is 8 by 12 plus 3. 8 and 3 comes together over here. We're trying to get to 99 in this. This is just one scenario. Anyways, I don't want to stick with this. I was showing you what 147 is over here, right? Everything stops here on the fourth one. The total here will be 58. When you total this over here, right? 60, 53, 63, 66, 70. Whoop, I don't know why I marked that. This will be 70. When I do the total over here, this should be 82. 59, 69, 79, 82. This becomes 8 and 5, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. So this one moves up into the fourth area. Saturn square moves it number 1 into the 8th area, moves number 4 into the first area. This one over here in Saturn square is the 4th area, and it's moved up into the first area. The first area is moved into the 8th area. In Saturn square, now we have 82. This one is in the 8th area in Saturn square, if I got that right. Let me look at it. I have to remember. That it was, what is it, 816? Let me look it up for a second. Saturn square. Saturn square. So I rewrote the numbers here. So what we're going to do is show you that what we're going to do is this number 4, that's right over here, is 70. So we're going to put 70 over here. This number 1 is 58. Saturn square's got 51 over here. We put it here. Number 7 has 82. Saturn square has 82 right over here. So now when we do the rest of the numbers, right? So above this is going to be the 8th area, which is going to be over here. That'll be 86, right? If you noticed, there's 99999 between here and here, right? There's a total of 3. So the second level of 1, okay, will just have a difference of 369, right? So when you do the second level, when you move 9 over here, it'll be 90. Instead of it being here, it's being here. The third level of over here, right, is 62, and that will be 2 and 11 and 20 and 29. Although, right, we end up with 38, I'm going to make this short, and 47 and 56 and 65. So it begins to repeat over here, right? Now, you also get 74. You also get 83, 92. These 3 aren't repeated. Everything is repeated in here except for this that's not repeated. 88, there's a separation where 52 and 61 were repeated in between this individuality, passing through the moon at the gateway of Mars. Good afternoon, Madame Watkins. Okay, and I'm not the one doing this. They are. I'm just using their rules, right? And I'm just replacing the numbers. I like to learn a little bit more of the zodiac. So now if you want to go to number 3, right? 3 equals to 66. We did number 5, it was number 74, right? And then position 6, right, is going to be, here's the position 6, where position 6 is 6 and 15 and 24 and 33. 3, 7, 12, 18. 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we add up this row here, 222. If I add this row over here, 152, 222. If I add up this row here, 222. If I add up this row here, 14 and 8, 22. 7 and 5, 12. And 8 is 20 plus carry to 2, 222. If I add this row here, 222. So what you end up with is this. You end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything. And 8 times 222 is 1776. And it's been created that way through the numbers of Saturn's square and the number system that we live right now. Understanding that within the 6th house is the gateway to the rotation, the yin and the yang of your 6 and 9, the heavens of birth. The numbers do not, what most people say, lie. No, the numbers tell a story. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to just go back one page, and I want to go back to the number, to the numbers 6 and 8, because we talk about that as how where the E world is divided at the gate. 1.5, 2.5, all to number 3.5. And that 3.5, again, understand that we run a cycle of 28, which means this is 7 times 4. This is 8 times 4 plus 3, or it's 3.5 times 10, and this one is 3.5 times 8. Two different systems working to something different. This is 7 times the number. Sorry, this is 7 times the 4. I'm just trying to figure out which other equation I'm trying to work on. This is going to be 2. This is going to be 8 at the end. They work in that cycle, the time cycle. So what did we have on this side? C and F. Is that what came together over here? Let me just take a look. Want to see something? Just give me a second. Right, when the 2 and 2 came together, gave me this. Just one second. I'm looking. Why did I put 5 and 5? Okay, we're going to go with this one. This one is this one, and this one over here is 3 and 7. So this gives me a total of 42. This one gives me a total of 44. This becomes number 8. This becomes 6. Now we're going to go to this one. 7 and 2, 9. 5 and 4, 9. 7 times 5, 7 plus 5 is 35 and 12. Gives me 47. So if I want to go to this one, 5 and 3, I need a 4 and a 6. So I go with 4 and 6. This gives me a 4 and 8, 12. 48. Sorry. This gives me a 34 over here. 10 and 24 is 34. So that's a 7. This one's giving me 47, 11. At the same time, it's showing me a 2 over here. 11 creates a 2, and this is a 7. They fit together. 7 void to the 2 dot. That's how these two fit together. Now this one over here is where this one over here is. Okay, so this one here fits with this one here. It finishes with this. Right? 6 times 6, 6 plus 6 is 36 and 12 equals 48. 6 and 3, 9, 6 and 3, 9. The opposite is 4 and 4. The opposite of 3 and 3, I'm not talking out of my hat, but the opposite of 3 and 3 is 4 and 4. So this one opposite of this side. 3 and 6, what happens is if you have 3 dots, you have 6 empty. So that's the reason for the 6 and 6. 3 and 3 gives me 6 and 6. The 4 and 4 will give me 5 and 5. The reason for the 5 and 5. So this will create an 8 over here. And this one will create a 3 over here, or an 8 and a 12. So this will create me an 8 and 3. This one will create me a 2. I'm just trying to see. Wait, why is this one saying B? This one shouldn't say B. Wait, and oh, because it's B up here, maybe that's why. No, it's not. It shouldn't say B. Let me take away these things. I'm trying to match them where they're supposed to go. Just 1 second. I want to see how these match to each other. The 8 and 4 is the 1 and 5 is the 6 and 2. So this one goes to this one. Let me just do it like this. Okay, then I'm going to get the, then we're going to get this one here. And I know this is going to fit with 6 and 2. So that'll be 6 and 2 fitting with 5 and 1. So this one here, right, is going to fit with this one here. It's going to fit with this one here. It's going to fit with this one here. And this one here is going to fit with that one there. And this one here is going to fit with that one there. And then I'm going to go this one here to this one here to this one here to this one here. Those are the math stories they tell you, right? And to note that this is a 3 and this is an 8. This one over here. This one over here. Mars and Earth that rotate in the E world will show you ape, will explain the cube. It'll be 8 with 1 and 2. See this over here, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. This one is 8. It's also telling you this is the cap of the moon over here, how they have the transition. And as I mentioned before, where that transition comes from is when you put the 3 and the 7 together equals to the 10. When you put the 8 together and the 2 equals to the 10 creates 1 and 1. The 7 and 8 create your gateway. It is also noted to be what is A and B. How in the world does that come to be? 2 and 7 is 9, 1 and 8 is 9, A and B. Where they come from is within the void. Did I drop my big cube on the floor somewhere? Where's my big cube? Right over here. Information's right here. See that center? Don't tell me that counts for nothing. But when you're talking about measuring, right, you only have 2 and 4 corners. Anytime I measure in between, it's in between if I fold it over and I cut it in half. Because the world we live in, right, our plywoods are cut in half, right? Our plywoods are 48-inch wide, right? The plywood is 48 by 96. They might leave a little shim at the end, right? When they say plywood 48, they're usually exact with this. When they say a 2x4, it's never a 2x4, right? But what is the actual size of a 4x8 plywood? Not in a 2x4. It doesn't measure the same way. Only the 8 feet will measure the same way, but around it's not. They don't tell you about the bark, right? They don't tell you about the trimmings on that 2x4. It was once a 2x4 and now it's not, but there's 2 different names for it. What is exactly a 2x4 and what they call, I think, is the rough cut. Just give me a minute to take a little bit of this drink. Get some more hot water. I don't want to make it boring. I know the videos are long. I'm sitting here all day. It's not a real thing, right? This is not like a real schooling where you can pop in and learn something in 5 minutes. I'm hoping to come out with shorts or other people that'll come out and just share some of the exact stuff and bring all this together. So it's been 2 hours, 30 minutes. I'm taking a 2-minute break, going out on the balcony for about 1 minute. So I can just breathe and get some air. And then I'm going to come back in. Oh, look at that. My Rumble says I have a live going. This is the first time that I see in my Rumble that I have a live going. No one has sent me a message. Oh, look at that. My Rumble says I have a live going. This is the first time that I see in my Rumble that I have a live going. No one has sent me a message. Are you talking to me? Can you mind your own business, please? I hear it. Do you hear it? I hear it. Do you hear it? Are you talking to me? I hear it. Do you hear it? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Anyways, okay, I'm going to stop fooling around. I'm just going to check out that channel, see what's going on. I'm going to like myself, shut the sound off. Says I'm the only one watching anyways. Says it's been watched by 34 people, yet I'm the only one watching it right now. So, okay, so at least I got that out of the way. 1 second, let me see what else. So yeah, we're going to take like a 1 or 2 minute break. We have to run, listen, if we're going to build a machine and we're going to take a look at all our pieces and parts, here's a box, here's the pieces and parts, build something for me. Here's the alphabet, here's positions, we can put the alphabet. Oh yeah, and you can mix all these up you want. But there's one thing, don't change the place where I live. This is for number 5, right? Are you going to change my house, or can I put the 1 in the center here? What do I put on the outside? What goes on the inside? And what are the reasons for these numbers moving? Will I shape shift if you move these numbers around? What are the stories that are going to come out? So we try all the combinations to understand what's going on. The same for this cube. If I put the 1 here and the 6 here, no, if I put the 1, if I have the 1 here and the 2 here, I know I have 3, 4, 5, 6 around. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 7, 11 coming around. If I go 3, 6, and then 4, 5, I got 99. Either I have 9, 11, I got 99. And it doesn't matter because that's all the only numbers that you're going to get. So if you do that, you may as well take out the chessboard and do this. 7 and 7, move over 2 and down 1. Isn't that the rook? 13. This one over here, over, down 1, 11. This one over here, down 2 over 1, 11. This one over here, down 1 over 2, 7. Over 2, up 1, 7. Over 1, up 2, 9. Up 2, over 1, 9. Starting here, up 1, over 2, 13. Back over here, over 2, 13. 7, 9, 11, 13. All around number 5. How we get now, if we want to go and do the bell, we go 8 to 3 and 8 to 1. We have 9, 11. We got 2 to 7 and 2 to 9, 9, 11. But if we're going to do that, why not do this? 4 to 9 and 4 to 3. We have 7 and 13. Or 6 to 7, 13, 6 to 1, 13. How to use and manipulate our numbers. When we create the opposites here, the difference is 1. Here, the difference is 5. And that's a 13. And that's a 7. When I do it this way, the opposite here is 5. And the opposite here is 1. You see here, the opposite was 5. And the opposite was 1. Now here, the opposite is 5. Here, the opposite is 1. 5 and 1, representation of Mars, 4, 3, 2, vibration. All around this number here is the same thing that's going on in the moon, right? The moon is, I think, 3760 or 3476, right? From 1 over to 5, the heart is the 3. From 3 over the 5, the heart is the 4. From 5 over to 9, the heart is the 7, 5, 7, 9. And from 5 over to 7, the heart is 6, 3476, 776, surrounding this area, which is 2160 miles from kilometers. Remember that? And that has to do with the moon. And when you look up orphan roulette, and I'm not sure if I have it here, I might, right over here. Can you see my arrow? 1776 right over here, right? Total is 57 divided by 3. 57 divided by 3. I have to do it by 3 and 4. 57 divided by 3, okay, equals to 3 by 19, AI. And on the other side, right, the other orphans, okay, is 3 by 25. And that'll equal to 75. The total is 44 area space. Occupied of area space between AI, 19, 25, 75, 57, talking about the electric moon, right? At the same time, I'm going to show you this down here after. Just give me a second. So at the same time, you have 19 by 3, 3 by 25. This becomes a 10, becomes 30. That's your base creation of Mars, then becomes a 1. This becomes a 1, this becomes a 7. Remember that 17Q? Bringing these two together. You never have 9. You never have 9. You have these 3, okay, with this one over here. That's 7 of 9. Or you have these 3 with this one over here. And that's 7 of 9. So you have a total of 14 of 18, but you only have 9 areas. You're using 14 when you only have 9 areas. You're not using 2 areas here, and you're not using 2 areas here. What you use here, you don't use here. You don't use the 2 of them. So when I take that into consideration, I'm also going to come down and go back to this box over here and do the same thing, the same calculations. And in this box that we saw, right, this is our balance of our numbers, and it's still not done. And we noted that number 7 has 88 to create a 7 inside of it. We didn't do number 9, right? Should we be doing 9 and 18 and 27 and 36 and 45 and 54 and 63 and 72 and 81 and 90? The only one separated inside of here, right, is the 99 separating here. It's 11 times. It reaches onto the other side from 9 to 11. Here it's talking about the 10 zone, the mirror, the ABCD. When you hit the plateau of 0 and 90, in 70 and in 90, you hit that plateau. You also hit it in 17, 18, and 19, and anything that says 10, because the French say this. You ever see what Rotas Sater says? 10, 10, 10, 10. Rotas Sater. All knocks down to 28 and 19, 47 of time cycle, bringing Tenet, 2 worlds together. They did not create that movie for nothing. That movie was created on purpose. Here's that Rota Sator. When you add it up to a single digit, this one reduces to 10, 11, 12, 13, 19, and 9, 28. When you reduce it again, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 19 over here. This one becomes 9, 13, 14, 19, 21. Something's wrong. 20, 40, 50, 64. That's right. 2, 7, 12, and 7, 19. That's right. Okay, that's 19. So this is that for Rota Sater. Inside of here, everything's a calculation of 7. You see the, if you can see up where it has a 1 line and 2 dots, right? We'll go to the 1 line and 1 dot. I take the 2 dots for representing on Earth, right? There's 2 sides with 7 on it, okay? They're not the same. I can't explain them all. One is a whole number. One is a partial number. Anything that's divided by 7 in orange, right? Any number, pick a number, Maybe we'll do this together. Hold on. Let's take the calculator. Let me see if I can. Now let's take the calculator like this, right? And we're going to divide any number by 7. Let's say 6 divided by 7 equals 85714. Now look up on the board. 85714 belongs right over here. Now we're going to try another one. 2 divided by 7. And we do that. 28. And 28 is in the second position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And all of them are 7 numbers divided. It does not count the 8 and the 9. On the other side, it's a little bit different. I forget what that calculation is, but it does the same thing on a countdown this way, right? I don't remember what the number is, but I can tell you that on the 8th one is where Pluto comes in. It ends in 84, right? That's where Pluto comes in. We're part of that piece over there. So this thing splits up into 20, part of the Mayan, I guess you can call it that Mayan grindstone. We did this piece over here, how our dots and our voids all match up, although I have to spread it out a little bit more and look a little bit deeper. I'm not sure why. Hold on a second. Is this the end of the book? Wow, there's a book here and a book here. Did I end this book? Oh, no, I just started something new, right? I went back into the old book. So what I was doing here, if you want to take a break, right? This is 55 and 27. I don't know if I should put the plus or the minus, right? This one's going to be 66 and 36. This is going to be 16 and 61, 17 and 71, 18 and 81, 19 and 91, equals 110, equals 99, equals 88, equals 77 and 45, 88 and 54, 99 and 72. Where did I get 72 from? 63. And this one is 110 and 72, the house of Bates, right? 72 is only half. We have 1,440, 144. I'm counting this as half, but this is where we are right now. Okay, so we have this level 2, right? Level 2 is this. We have 22. I don't have 21 because it's already over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're done in this house, right? We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. Comes at this end. Begin with 2, end with 1. 22 and 22 equals to 44 and 0. Then we go to 23 and 32 equaling to 55 and 9. We have 24 and 42 equaling to 66 and 18. Then we have 25 and 52 equaling to 77 and 27. Then we have 26 and 62, 27 and 72, 28 and 82, 29 and 92, equaling 88, equaling 99, equaling 110, equaling 121. 11 times 11, 11 times 10, 11 times 11 equals here. At the same time, if I want to do something with this one will work out to 1111. This one here will be 1111. And this one over here, sorry, this one will actually be 1 and 1. This one over here will be, this will be 11 and 11. This one over here will be 1 and 1. But we're going to work it out and show it to you on the high side. 10 and 10. So if you're looking at blackjack, you'd be looking at it right over here. 231 BCA, 57 into the moon. When we do the plus and minus is 36, 45, 54, and then 63. I'm going to work it on this side now. I'm going to go 33. I'm going to go 33 and 33 equals to 66 and 0. So 34 and 43 equals to 77 and 9. 35 and 53 equals to 88 and 18. 36 and 63 equals to 99. This is where our creation comes in. 1963 right here. 1863, 1763. What are the differences? And 1963 brings two worlds together. 99 and 27 inside the house of 8. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 9 and 18 equals to 27, bringing these two worlds into that. 37 and 73, 38 and 83. That's where the monkey, the club, the gold club comes in. This one over here equals to 110. And there's mathematics that go with this also. I didn't do the math, right? This one will equal to 13. This one will equal to 15. I didn't do the math yet, right? So in this one over here, 3883, you're going to have 121, right? And 36 and 45. And then your 3 and 9, when the angels come to Saturn, you're going to have 132. Did I get that right? Did I do that right? 90, 120, 132, and 54. Let me do 39 plus 93 equals 132 minus I'm trying to figure out where I was here. 93 minus 39. Okay, so that stops over here. It stops in the sun, stops at number 54. The next one is going to be 44 and 44 equals to 88 and 0. Note that this one is reversed to this one on the cube. So we're going to go 45 and 54. We're going to go 46 and 64. We're going to go 47 and 74. We get Jesus. We get energy. We get the beast of time on July 4th in the Saturn star system of 1776. We can show you how that works out, right? 1776. The gateway, 74. Six and 2 equals 12 and 8. This is where the ape comes in. This is where everything gets divided. The heaven gets split. 2, 1, 2 on the cross. Ape gets split up. How? I don't know. 99 and 9 equals to 110 and 18 equals to 121 and 27. 48 and 84 and 49 and 94. Married to Mars. Birth in the mirror world. In the mirror world, in the heavens, at the gateway, life before the day of rest. The day of rest, 11/11. And this one, 32 and 36. This is a completion at 36. After that, you go outside the rim. Okay. This is going to be 130, 143. Everything went up 11. Everything's going up 11, right? Here's 11. Did I get that right? The average, right? Is that what it was? Equals. And this 143, and this will be, I'm going to just put 45. Then we're going to run into the 50 range. So you go 55 and 55, which equals to 110. Maybe it's a socket and 0 an outlet. And you're going to go to 56 and 65. See the way they repeat right away? 57 and 75, electric company. 58 and 85, the silver spirit matrix, E-I-E-I-O, born onto the farm in the 8th heaven at the 7th gate. 95, the waterways of Neptune, EIEIO equals to 121, equals to 132, equals to 143, equals to 154. Mirrored in Mars and the Sun, the spirit within the Sun of Mars, the quarter houses of Mars. This is and 9 and 18 and 27 and 36. Then we get into the 60s. 66 and 66 equals 132. Why did I get, why am I into the 60? Oh, right, 66, 132. 132 and 0, because it was 55, now it's 66. This is your freedoms pass through the seventh gate. ABC is your total answer. 12 is over here, 132. 12 is over here, 132. 12 is over here, 12 is over here, 132. So now we run down to this, 67 and 76, right? And it's always going to be like that. It's always going to be that one number reverse. You see the way it reversed right away, the way it reversed right away, reversed right away over here, right? So we have the 76, right? Because otherwise, all of the other ones are all duplicates. All of these, okay, reside with the 6 over here, reside with the 6 here, reside in all the houses. So everything below this are in the other houses. So I don't count it in this house. So we have 68 and, whoop. This is where your base gateway is, 8668, right? And you run this from 7286. So this one over here, right, becomes wrong. 6776 is 130, 143, okay? And this one is 154. And this is and 9 and 18. You notice the 9 and 18, that's the only thing we get into our alphabet. I can't get these in. So now we're going to go to 69 and 96 equals to 165 and 27 in the house of bait. Now we're going to run into 77 and 77 equals to 154 and 0. 78 and 87 equals 165 and 9. I'm going to work on this side. 79 and 97 equals to 176 and 18. So your birth comes at the gateway, and now we work into this. 88 and 88 equals 176 and 0. And now you're 89 and 98. Okay, the last one's going to be 99 and 99 equaling to 1. Hold on, this one here equals to 187 and 9. And it stops over here. There is nothing other after this than where 99 is inside itself at 198, or 66, 66, 66 is 198 and 0, or 3 by 66. This can also look like 66. So you see the way the 19 and the 18 come together, the 81 of Venus comes together. This is also used all the way down at 168. Here and here is the same thing. When you have a 1 in front of 3 numbers, it takes you to the second level. When you look at this and you divide any one of these by 3, it's going to show you a 0 or a 1 point. Forget about what it shows you after. Divide by 3, 2.66. Divide by 3, 1.66. But here it's 0 point. So it's telling you what side it's on, right? If you're on the side of 100, use the C letter, Roman numerals, right? The C letter. So this is the functionality. So we can see our 360 degrees. We can see that when we run into the first house, we run up to the 72 degrees. Now, how can we go around the entire 360 degrees if the most we have used here is 72? What happened to the 9, right? Is it inside another house? Well, it is. It's inside the 9th house, the 90. That 9th house shows up like this. Let me see if I got enough space. The 9th house shows up like this. 9 and 18 and 27 and 36 and 45 and 54 and 63 and 72 and 81 and 90 and 99. There are 11 inside that house. And when you look at this, everything stops here. So in Venus, we are born. Venus and Jupiter are right over here. We are born. That also represents January and 06 and 9. So when you look at this, right, also note that all the way down here, that's all you see. So if I'm going to get into 90, I need 72 and 18 to get into 90. If I need to get into 90 anywhere else, over here in this house, I'm going to come here with 27. Will I come in here with this 27, right? Or will I come in here with this 27, or do all the 27s come together? The difference in between their area is allocating 27 areas. 26 plus 1, the same as this cube. After that, it could be talking about a multiple cube. I know that when 1 and 2 comes together, the 1 and the 2 comes together, that's your basic creation. This is your gateway, your Q gate, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, bringing the 8 heavens of Bait into the 7th gate of creation, 8 and 2, 7 and 3, making 10, 10. You need the center and the circumference. So now when we count this, let's do something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. There's 45 numbers, in which 9 of those numbers will be double numbers and be at the 0 liquidation. There will be another 9 numbers that will be at the 1 liquidation, meaning that the total here will be 9. There will be another 9 at this liquidation over here. You can see where the first 9 ends up to be in the last 9, residing in 88 or 89 is the last one, meeting the first one. The second one, sorry, here. 11 reaches 99. Your life born in Jupiter, 9 times 9, 9 plus 9, 18, right over here. This number is going to create this one. This one over here is going to create 7 and 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. So it's now going to move me all the way down over here. This number over here, 15, 51, it's going to create 6 and 5, moving me all the way over here. So now I can start eliminating numbers because some numbers recreate other numbers. The multiplication of this number and addition of this number will create 35 and 12. So it's going to be creating new numbers within this number, connecting these boxes. So if I went over to this one, okay, this is going to create 8 and 9. 1 times 8, 1 plus 9. So now we are the only ones of birth. We are born into the high birth at the gateway in the heavens at the 7th gate. What do you want to do? 7, 8, 1. It doesn't matter what order. My question is, right, does this divide? I'm going to check it out. It's 62.333. What can I divide 187? Or is it a prime? 187 divided by... Well, let me add it up. I'll tell you myself. 7 and 8 is 15, plus 1 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. No, it doesn't divide. This is 7 and 9 coming together over here. When I run this number, it's 7 and 9. When I run that number, it brings me over here. When I run this number, it becomes 9 and 5. This number over here, which brings me over here. So when I run this number over here, 154, okay, and this number over here brings me to 9, and this one over here brings me to 1. This brings me to 1 and 9, brings me over here. Where do I get this from? 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 can give me that number. Or add these two to 110 and then multiply this number. 8 times 8 is 64. In the multiply side, 16, and the addition side brings me to 80 at the end. So then it shifts me. What does it mean? Can we do something with this? I'm not sure what. Another thing I wanted to mention was I did this yesterday. Is this. So the Fibonacci, the binary code, right? Oh, that's some, hold on a second. I just tricked myself. Okay, so this is what it is. The grandparents, my father and mother. My grandparents are my father and my mother. The grandparents' parents from both the grandfather and the grandmother of both sides. 8, 4, 2, 1. Don't count this one yet. 8, 4, 2, 1, 8, 4, 2, 1, 12, 13, 14, 15 pool balls and 15 pool balls. From this 15 and this 15, we create one child. Then we have another 15 and 15, create another child. And 15 and 15, create another child. And then 15 and 15, create another child. These two create this child here. These two create this child here to create this child here. So what does it take and why so many levels? Well, let's count the levels. 1 level, 2 levels, 3 levels, 4 levels, 5 levels, 6 levels, 7 levels. Just like the cube, you add the first level with the 6th level to create the 7th level. We have a total here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, it comes out to 8 and 6, right? 8 and 6. So what we're going to do here is we have 64 on this row over here. We have 8 by 4, 32. 8 by 2, 16. 8, 4, 2, 1. So now I'm going to write it down for you. Over here, we have 4. Well, I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted to do it the first 3 over here, right? The 36 and then 4 equals to 40. Hold on a second. I got this down here. It's got to be erased. Okay, so then we have that number over here. Just 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. 16. I'm just trying to figure out why I marked it down this way. 16. No, it shouldn't be marked this way. Let me, I'm not really sure which way I should have did this. See, it's 1, 1, 1. From this one family here, I need 1, 1, 1, right? But then this family over here gets 1, 1, 1. And then this family over here gets 1, right? And then 1, 1. And then this family over here gets 1, 1, 1 to create it back. So this would be the child to the parents, the grandparents, to the great-grandparents, right? And these will be all the children to the parents. And this one will be to the grandparents, to the great-grandparents. There has to be one more of these done, okay, in order to complete. I believe it has to be one more of this done. Although we have 7 ranges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? We still need to do the 8 and the 9 to see what happened, where everything went. So what we have now is 64 and 32 and 16 and 8 and 4 and 2 and 1. 96, 106, 116, 120 equals 127. Now, where should we count to? Or should we just begin with the first family, right? In the first family, I needed 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15, and then 16, right, over here for each of them. And let's call the 16th, let's call it the cue ball. So we needed this over here. It was 15 and 15. They each created the 16, but there was really only a 15 and the 1. Everybody got to be with the 1. So we did that over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 times the 15 families equals to 120. And then joining everything up, when we start to have the major join over here, we end up with a 4 and a 2 and that 1. So we have 126 connects to one single child, okay, equals to 127. The diameter of the moon is 2160, which is 1440 times 1.5 in the day. And then we need 3 times 1440 to bring on our vibration. So this is just the grandfather thing. I'm just trying to remember, if I just brought these families together, right? These 4 families together, right? The 4 families. Here is all, did I get this? This is the 2 families, 16, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. Let me erase this. I don't remember what it was. So it's going to be like this. We're going to go 8 and 4 and 2, okay, equals to 14 to create 1. But when we bring these 2 families together, right, we end up with 16 and 8 and 4 and 2, which equals to 26 to create 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this family and this family together, right? So we're going to end up with 32 and 16. Oh, did I do that already? Did I do that already? No, oh no, I didn't do it already. Right. I have the 8 and 8, the 8, 16, 8, 4, 2 to create 1. Okay. So when we bring all these in, the 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We have the 32, the 16, the 8, and the 4, and then the 2. So we have 48, 56, 60. So we have 62, okay? And then you have the 1. So this 63, and again, we're back to 63. We're back to the 63 creation, 63 and 36, right? And where 7 and 4, Jesus and the beast, times the numeric value of 9 will equal 36 and 63. Will equal these 2 numbers over here. This is the E world. This is where the number fits. This is Jesus and the beast. Everything starts at 63, it seems like. When we bring A, B, C, D together, this is A and B, this is C and D. When we funnel it down, we get the singular note. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And there's more families inside of this, right? There's 8 individuals in here. So this backs up. Inside of here, there's 4 individuals. The 8 individuals are more than one family. So don't just end it here. I still have to back it up and show you more, but it's easier to show you it this way to begin with, right? So then after that, once we get to this, right, now we're going to add on this family over here. But everything's going to stop on these 3 single children. When this stops, this one, okay, this one over here, okay, Just trying to see, just hold on a second. This one over here is going to have to be brought over here. Just let me write this down. If there's no other family after this one here, this one moves over here. We cannot count this cherry over here because this cherry is over here. So in this dimension, this one did not get married in this realm. It had to wait for 20 or 30 years down here to meet this one in order to meet this one. So in this scenario here, and remember what 6 is to what 8 is the mirror, right? In here, they had to be space to create the primary. So in here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 48 that comes in. Okay, and then we have 24 that comes in. And then over here, we get 12 that comes in. And then over here, we get 6 that comes in, right? And then from this 6, we're going to do this 72, 84. It brings us to 90. We then get our 3 that comes in. Now we have the 3 that comes in. Then we're going to have this one over here. And now these two will get together and create one more. 93, 94, 95. If you do it that way. Do you understand? It ends there at 95. It's over here at 93, 93 representing Saturn, right? And then you bring in the final family, right? These two, right? I don't count this one again. To bring in one more child, that'll be counting right over here. Before you reach here in the second, there's going to be an in-between child over here. I'm not sure what to do for the equation. So we're going to end it here, 3 hours, 13 minutes, and 43 seconds. I want to thank you for joining me. If you can help me out at the channel, we'll try and go over something next time. Not sure what it is. I never know. And I'm going to be taking about a half an hour break and then maybe, I don't know. But if you can help out the channel, that's going to be just amazing. Here it is. Thank you for those who stood from the beginning to the end. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. Peace and love. Peace and love.